Hello guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's go. The beautiful woman named Mikoshin had made both warriors recover, and it even helped them increase their battle level. Mikoshin would leave the room, starting to train a little after millions of years. After millions of years, I've again the hope to get out of this place, since with only 20% of all my power, I'm not able to do anything. Meanwhile, outside the dimension, Vegeta and Gohan had decided to train together, since it had a teammate that they would have better results. However, at that moment, Piccolo also wanted to train with the both of them. I also want to train with you and avenge Son Goku. We need more powerful warriors, not simple scum like you. Vegeta, how about we fight? If you can beat me, I'll admit I'm a worm. I think that's great, but to give you a chance against me, I'll give you a little advantage. I'll use only one of my arms and I'll use the Super Saiyan Blue. Shouldn't have trusted me like that, Vegeta. Piccolo at that moment would take off his clothes, which would always make him have less speed. At that moment, he would go towards Vegeta. Both would begin to exchange blows at an incredible speed. However, one would clearly observe the superiority of Vegeta, which seemed to be just playing with Piccolo. Is that all? I won't even have to use the Super Saiyan Blue. Piccolo at that moment would give a big smile and begin to increase his power to the maximum, making the entire Universe 7 shudder with such overwhelming power. At that moment, a large orange light could be seen, Piccolo in his new transformation, which would leave everyone very surprised. What the hell? How have you been able to get all that power? Like you, Vegeta, I've been training too. Let's see what you think of this. Piccolo at that moment of a strong blow would make Vegeta fall to the ground. Very sore from the blow that Piccolo had given him, Vegeta, furious, would transform into Super Saiyan, beginning to exchange blows with Piccolo, but this time, the difference was abysmal, since Piccolo was just playing with the Prince of the Saiyans. What's wrong, Vegeta? Is that all the power you've gained this time? Damn insect, don't underestimate me. Vegeta at that moment would access Super Saiyan Blue, beginning to exchange blows with Piccolo. But to everyone's surprise, Piccolo was able to face the Prince of the Saiyans. If Gohan was watching the battle, would be very astonished. Piccolo's powers increased in an amazing way. I can't believe it. Vegeta and Piccolo would continue exchanging blows, however their powers are so great that they would even reach Beerus' planet, who was very astonished by the power they gave off. Hey Whis, is that Vegeta's power? What kind of training had he had? I have no idea, Mr. Beerus, but his power is incredible, and the one that surprises me the most is how Mr. Piccolo has achieved God status. What Whis said would leave Beerus even more surprised. He was realizing that all the warriors of planet Earth were achieving great powers. Whis, do you think it'd be a good idea to wipe them all out, so that they don't generate problems in the future? I have no idea, Mr. Beerus, because if the words of the king of everything Zeno-sama were true, we'll need powerful warriors for the next tournament. You're right, Whis. I hadn't thought of that. But how did they get those powers? Returned to the battlefield, we could see both warriors very wounded. However, the most injured was Vegeta, who was furious to realize that he had the same power as an Namekian. At that very moment, both again had launched an attack. Meanwhile, in the dimension of emptiness, Goku and Hit had already awakened. Feeling a very strange power in their bodies, at the time of leaving, both were amazed to realize how that a woman was training in a very different way to which they were generally accustomed. Hit, can you see anything? Not at all, Goku. That woman's power is incredible, but if she didn't want to kill us, why did she attack us like that? For that, I have the ideal answer. At that moment, Mikoshin appeared in front of both warriors, who were on guard for any danger. Don't worry, I won't do anything bad to you, since you are the hope for the multiverse, and even for us to get out of this place. What do you mean by that? But first of all, how were you able to enter our dimension? Okay, I will introduce myself. My name is Mikoshin, and I am the Supreme Priestess. That is to say, I'm the mother of all the angels. At that moment, Goku and Hit were astonished by what Mikoshin said. But how is this possible for the Mother of Angels to be locked up in a place like this? All this is because my power surpassed by tens of times the power of Daishenkin, and he informed the king of all, Zeno-sama, who wanted to put me against him, and for that reason, I was stripped of my power and locked up in this place. I have no idea who Daishenkin will be, but I'm sure that we'll be able to overcome his power and get out of this place. I don't doubt that, but they are having a bad training, because that way they won't be able to master their ki completely like an angel does. Then how about training us? You shouldn't ask me, since that's why I came to this place. That's right, I'm going to train you and I want to take revenge on Daishenkin. We want to take revenge on our destroyer gods for locking us up in this miserable place. So what do you say we start right now? Without Goku or Hit being able to answer anything, hundreds of lightning bolts would fall on them, which they would be able to dodge some, however, they'd be severely injured. In my training, you should always keep your guard up, because there are beings that take advantage of the slightest opportunity. I understand, but I have a question. How are you stripped of your power? When Zeno-sama found out about my supposed betrayal, he sealed my power with a magical artifact from the realm of the whole, and to recover it, we must destroy it. Don't worry, we promise to help you recover all your power and be able to take revenge on Daishenkin. I thank you very much for this, so let's continue with the training. Mikoshin and both warriors will begin with their furtive training, which was not easy at all. Meanwhile, outside the dimension, Piccolo and Vegeta were at their limit. However, Piccolo, from one moment to another, was able to hit Vegeta, who, furious, had accessed the Ultra Ego. At that moment, Gohan quickly accessed his Beast Mode, putting him in front of Vegeta. Mr. Vegeta, don't forget that all this is a training. There should be no casualties in training. This is for our father. Angry Vegeta would turn to his base state, allowing Piccolo to train with them. Damn worm, you're worthy to train with us. You have incredible power. You'll be able to help great against in the battle that's coming up. I haven't been training for nothing. I know that my power has increased greatly, but I need a companion. After a few days, we could see how the three warriors were having a battle in their base states so as not to attract the attention of Beerus. While the trio of warriors were fighting, an even greater power was approaching the planet Earth, because Beerus was not satisfied with all the power that the Z warriors were getting. Whis, I also want to train because if all those worms unite, they'll be able to defeat me, because I know they won't forgive me for what we did to Goku. I understand, Mr. Beerus. I will gladly train you again. Beerus and Whis had begun their training in the same way. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, the great Zeno-sama was very bored, so he'd called Daishenkin. Daishenkin, I want to do something. Do you think if we make a tournament like the one in Universe 6 and 7, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Let's do it. As you order, Zeno-sama. At this moment, I'll inform the god Beerus from Universe 7 to face 3 warriors from Universe 9. Understood, Daishenkin. Daishenkin will leave for both universes, the decision taken by the King of Everything. What the hell are we gonna do, Whis? I don't know how to inform the others about this. Mr. Beerus will have to do it, because if we refuse, I'm sure that the great Zeno-sama would destroy the whole Universe 7. Beerus and Whis would quickly go to planet Earth to inform them everything that happened to the Z Warriors. At the moment they arrived, they could see the look full of hatred towards both deities, but especially towards Beerus. Beerus, what do you want on planet Earth? I'm the god of destruction. I should not ask permission to which planet I'm going to. Since you betrayed my father, you're no longer welcome in this place. I know you're upset, but what we have come to inform you is the uttermost importance. The trio of warriors accepted to listen to what both deities had said, being surprised that the king of all Zeno-sama wanted a tournament. But what'll happen if we lose? I don't know, Mr. Vegeta, but I assure you that it won't be good. Meanwhile, in the dimension, it had already been 6 years since they had started training with Mikoshin, and this time they had achieved wonderful results. That's right, this time Goku had been able to master the perfect Ultra Instinct, even combining them with their other variants, while Hit had achieved an incredible power, but his time jump had reached the incredible 6 minutes, and with his techniques, this would be even very harmful to Daishenkin-sama. With the power they possess now, I think it's time to get out of this place. That's right, Mikoshin. We're ready to finish off all those bastards. Goku and Hit began to increase their power to the maximum, managing to create some space-time fissures. At that moment, both increased their power much more, destroying the seal that both angels had placed in the time room. At that moment, a portal would be created in the whole planet Earth, which would tremble strongly, calling the attention of Beerus and Whis, who were still explaining everything that had happened. All that moment that Goku Hit Mikoshin would leave the place, rumblings all over the place began. Even nearby planets were destroyed. Beerus and Whis felt an amazing pressure. Heading quickly to where they felt this incredible power, however, at the time of arrival both deities were very surprised to observe Goku and Hit, while Whis would be terrified to observe the Supreme Priestess.
But Mother, how is it possible that she came out of that dimension? So, all my children knew what had happened to me and none of them were able to do anything for me?
Mr. Beerus, you don't know how much I dreamed about this day. At that moment, Beerus would quickly communicate with Champa. Champa, come immediately. Both guys have destroyed the Divine Seal. It'll be better to face them now. It must be weak. Understood, brother. At this moment, I'm headed towards your location. Vados and Champa, at an astonishing speed, began to head towards planet Earth. Meanwhile, Daishoken had also been able to sense the power of Mikoshin, who had a very serious look on his face. Is this Mikoshin's power? This can't be happening, but I don't have to worry since his power is still sealed. Returning to planet Earth, the trio of warriors had arrived to the temple where they were, and they were surprised to see Goku after so long. I knew you, Kakarot, wouldn't die. You're the most powerful Saiyan I've ever known.
Thank you for trusting me, Vegeta, but now I'll finish with this wretch. We're only waiting for Champa to arrive.
Did these bastards read my mind? Why won't my body stop shaking? At that moment, Champa and Vados would arrive as well. She was surprised to see her mother.
Champa, after a long time I'll finish you, but I won't use the time jump because it won't be necessary for someone like you.
At that precise moment, the four warriors began to increase their power to the maximum, beginning to destroy everything around them. That's right, this time the gods had planned to finish with them in a trace. The destruction of all the planets around them was incredible, since lightning, tornadoes, and even lightning was capable of pulverizing any being, were destroying everything around them. What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.